5 things we learned from this one. And number 1 is Vicario worries.
Yeah, and it's another... Well, officially, it was a 1 mistake from Vicario. I think for the first goal, I think it counts as an error. But, you know, if you're watching the game, definitely 2 errors from Vicario for this game. And when you put in, again, the offside goal where, you know, he kind of fumbles that one as well and it goes in the back of the net. It was a very, very bad day for Vicario, who has been known for being a great shot stopper, but in the last couple of Premier League games, he's been really culpable for some terrible moments. If you go to the Wolves game, opening minute, shocking goalkeeping to allow Aït-Nouri to score that goal with a weak effort, should be saving it, causes the own goal for Spence, even nearly gifts Larson a goal where he got lucky with. And in this game, similar thing happened. He's culpable for 2 goals, and he could have gifted a third if Wood wasn't, I think, a shoulder offside. As well, coming for those crosses where he's completely nowhere near Chris Wood and allowing him to head it into an empty net. As much as defence is culpable, he shouldn't be coming flying out where he's getting nowhere near the ball. It's really, really poor from Vicario over the past few games. And even against Chelsea, there were some weird moments there as well. Not great playing out the back. And there was a weird moment where he comes to punch the ball straight up in the air when he could have caught it. So I don't know what's going on with him at the moment, Vicario. But I don't know if it's a mental prop thing or what it is. But obviously in Europa League he's been fine. But these Premier League games in recent weeks, there's just something wrong with him at the moment.
Yeah, is it a case of, struggling to get himself up for these kind of games where they essentially don't mean anything? I don't know. Is it time to put Kinski in for the Premier League games, get him a bit of game time? I don't know, but these worrying traits, these traits from Vicario are starting to worry me a little bit, and it seems to be happening week in, week out in the Premier League over the last couple of weeks. So he needs maybe a bit of time out in these Premier League games, because I don't know what's going on with him. But number 2 is sloppy starts. I mean, all these takeaways you could probably take away from the last 3 or 4 games.
Well, if you're looking at the facts, in our last 4 games, we've conceded in the first 5 minutes in 3 of them. The only one we didn't was the away leg against Frankfurt. So we've noted, I think, in some games that we've conceded early before this. I think the Villa Cup game we conceded early, and then you look at the Ipswich game where we could have, but we didn't.
Yeah.
I think the Chelsea game we gave away a chance in the first minute, but we didn't concede. So we kind of had conceded chances before then, but getting away with it a bit in terms of not conceding. But definitely in the last 4 games, we have conceded 3 in the first 5 minutes in 3 of the last 4. So we're definitely getting punished for those moments now, and I don't know why we consistently being so sloppy in these moments. Is really, really frustrating, and it's hard to put your finger on why it's happening. You look at the Frankfurt game, that was just that's a great goal from Ekitike, great goal from 25 yards. But you look at the game against Wolves, terrible goalkeeping from Vicario. Look at the game yesterday, shocking from Vicario as well. So there's and also the I think the Bournemouth game, we gave up a really good opportunity in the first 5 minutes as well, but without conceding, and we were quite lucky not to concede. And then what other game was it?
Didn't we concede a couple of early chances to Southampton as well at Tottenham?
There was one we conceded and then we scored straight away.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was first 5 minutes. It was quite early on, and then we scored straight after that. So we're just conceding way too many chances, and now to way too many goals in the first 5 minutes. And 5 minutes is just crazy early to be going down in a game.
Yeah, and this game more than the rest as well, because you just know how they set up and what their game plan is. And when you concede 1, never mind 2, early on to this Nottingham Forest side, it makes your job so much harder, because at least with other teams, you know that they don't have such a structure reliant on defensive solidity like Nottingham Forest have.
Yeah.
So when you're going 2-0 down to this Nottingham Forest side, you're on a hiding to nothing, really.
Yeah, but it's just crazy how literally in the first 5 minutes it just keeps happening, and we have to sort out why we're starting games in this fashion so consistently. I mean, it's been, if you can't, I guess you could argue if you can't sort it out now, then you're never going to, because it happens so often. But the fact is, 3 in the last 4 games we have now conceded a goal in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, it better not happen against Bodo. Number 3 is costly Rasharison.
Yeah, and Rasharison obviously did get a goal yesterday, and that is his 4th goal in his last 6 games, but it doesn't tell the full story of his game. In fact, he had 7 shots on the day, and the stats read he had 4 big chances, missing 4 of them. The goal he scored doesn't count as a big chance because it's actually quite a difficult header to score. So he actually scored one of his more difficult chances on the day. But 4 big chances he missed. He actually had an expected goals on the day of 1.46. But in terms of the stat is his expected shots on target was only 1.05, so he massively underperformed it in terms of the quality of shot he was getting on goal. The one in the first half, that open goal, has to be buried into the back of the net. Really, really poor from him. And as much as he was getting the positions, he was getting the chances, unfortunately, because most of our chances fell to him, his misses pretty much were the main reason we didn't get a result in this game.
Yeah, but it was also one of the main reasons why we were getting chances. So it's a bit of give and take with Rasharison from this game, to be honest, because he's looked more threatening in this game than Solanke has for a while, to be honest, or pretty much all season. I don't think has Solanke ever had this amount of shots in a game for us? Probably not.
Don't remember does he ever had 7 shots in a game? I can check, but I don't.
And if he does, it's probably like once in his Spurs career. I don't remember him ever having this amount of shots or clear-cut opportunities as well. So at least Rasharison is getting into those positions and causing a nuisance for the opposition, and he's getting consistent goals at the moment as well, which is a credit to him. But in a game like this, or in any game, to be honest, when you're getting those chances, you need to be a lot more clinical, and that's what it's going to come down to. That's where people's frustrations are going to come from, is Rasharison just not being clinical enough and missing really gilt-edged chances, where if he puts away those chances, we more or less go and, at minimum, draw the game.
The most he's ever had in a game was 5.
Yeah.
And that was against Villa.
Yeah. So
when we beat them 4-1. So yeah, Rasharison had 7. So even in the minimal game starts he's had, was that his first Premier League start of the season? No, because he started against. But he only he must have can't have been a lot, because he started against Leicester. I remember where he scored. But he only had a small period where he started, I think.
Well, he scored 2 in his last 2 Premier League games. Wolves, he came on. He started against Brentford. He started against Leicester. He started against Everton, I think, or he came on at half-time against Everton.
No, he came on. He went off at half-time, I think.
Yeah, so
he came on at half-time.
Yeah, so I mean, he started a few games this season, but
that's his 4th start.
Few and far between.
So in 4 starts, basically, he's had a game where he's had more shots than Solanke.
He's played in 11 games this season, and he's got 5 goal contributions, and most of those have been from subs.
Well, a lot of people are saying maybe it's time to get him ahead of Solanke.
I think he'll start all the Premier League games, but I still think Solanke will probably be favoured for the Europa League games. 4th takeaway is Porro's crosses.
Yeah, and I thought Porro, with his delivery yesterday, was fantastic, and I think he was our main creative outlet. He was the one basically most likely to create a chance. He had 8 successful crosses yesterday, which is quite a lot to have, especially against a team like Forest, who are very well known for being able to deal with crosses. And the stats show he created 7 chances yesterday, which is an unbelievable amount for a fullback, and especially in this kind of game. And obviously that also includes set pieces as well, which I think he created quite a few opportunities from corners. But I think Porro's crossing yesterday was absolutely phenomenal, and he got his, I think, how many assists now he's got? That was his 8th assist of the season. That was
just in the Premier League, or all comps?
All comps, that is, actually. In Premier League, he's got where is he?
6 in the Premier League.
6 in the Premier League.
He got 7 last season.
8th goal contribution in the Premier League.
So his assist rate is a lot stronger than last season, because he got 7 in 35 games last season, and now he's on 6 in 31.
Yeah. So in terms of,
but stronger.
But in terms of goal contributions, all comps is 11. He's got 8 now in the Premier League. So pretty good going, I would say, in terms of assists and stuff like that. And I thought it was another really strong showing on that front yesterday. Yeah, from
that aspect, I think it was very strong from Pedro Porro, but I do think he needs to be doing better from the defensive aspect of side of things. He is a right back first and foremost, but in terms of how he impacted the play yesterday from an offensive standpoint, it was brilliant. He really was. And his crosses and his corners are second to none, I think, in the Premier League from a fullback at this moment in time. I know you got Trent there, but Trent's about to go to Real Madrid, so I think apart from Trent, he's probably got the best ball playing ability out of any fullback in the Premier League, and it's showing week in, week out. And he's a constant threat throughout the game, whether he's playing balls over the top or he's crossing the balls in the box. He's brilliant from that aspect. So credit to Pedro Porro for impacting the game in that manner yesterday, that's for sure. And fifth and final takeaway is the French connection.
Yeah, and that goes to our wingers. So I thought it was really great to see them out wide playing together. I believe, off the top of my head, it was the first time we've seen them on the wings together. And I think it was really encouraging how they were able to really hurt the Forest backline, get beyond them. They created 6 chances between them, albeit 5 of them with Patel, 1 for Odegaard. But I think when you look at it, I think Odegaard created a few more opportunities as well without getting maybe the joy he should have got in terms of someone getting on the end of it. They completed 4 dribbles between them as well. And I think Odegaard had 2 accurate crosses. Matisse Tell had, how many accurate crosses was it? He had 5 accurate crosses for Matisse Tell. So I think when you probably compare that to what Johnson usually offers, and maybe even Son, it's probably a lot more than those two. I think they were much better on the ball, driving at the opposition fullbacks, and much more have that ability to create chances. So I really want to see those two together more often, and maybe they could be our first choice pairing come the end of the season.
Yeah, we'll see about that. You know, you've got to remember Sonny's still at the club, currently injured at the moment. So I still think Sonny is, he is club captain at the end of the day as well. So I still think he's going to be the preferred option on the left-hand side when he is fit. But in a game like yesterday and the attributes that they do have, you got to say they are probably the 2 wingers that are most suited to an Ange Postecoglou system. That's what you got to say for sure. So yeah, I was impressed with both their performances yesterday. I'd still like to see more from them, to be honest, in terms of actually getting those numbers up and those goal contributions up. But I was impressed with what I saw in terms of being an outlet on the wings. So yeah, that is our 5 takeaways from the game. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section